Hey everybody, welcome to the Real United States, and it's update time once again on the cancer battle that I've been going through. And we are now halfway through the radiation therapy that I've been taking as a curative measure for the cancer that I had. And I'm sure that many of you wanted to be updated about what was happening. I had mentioned that there would be after effects. Um, you could think of them as side effects, I suppose. Um, they don't happen immediately. If you saw the episode that I did about the actual radiation treatment, there's no sensation whatsoever. I lay down, they strap me in, the thing makes some humming noises, they let me up, and I don't feel anything. But there is a cumulative effect over time, and you may feel the effects like hours and hours later. So what is happening at this point is we are beginning to get quite literally burned, sunburned, cooked inside of the mouth. Because the radiation is focusing here, where they took out the cancer, which was in my sinus. So as they irradiate this area, I'm getting some places that are being cooked, very much like sunburn. Now, for those of you that are squeamish, it might be good to, jump forward in the video or click off to something else, because I'm going to show you some of the blistering, which has gotten quite bad on my lip. It's probably evident even at this zoom range, and has in fact started, the one on my lip has started to bleed periodically. It cracked open and bled. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you those now. So if you're squeamish about that, now's the time to leave. Sorry. So let's go ahead and zoom in, and I'm going to show you that it's like a, I don't know, it's like you can hit by boiling water or oil, hot oil. You can see how this is blistering on my lip, and it has cracked and does from time to time bleed. And I have the same thing. I'm going to stick out my tongue so you can see that the side of my tongue, the radiation's coming in from this side, is starting to blister the tongue as well. Maybe we can get a shot of that without an endoscope. Let's see.
Got it. Yep. We got it.
And boy, howdy, the ones on the lip, I don't have a nerve left that associated with the lip, so I don't really feel any discomfort from that. The ones on the tongue, however, boy, howdy, they hurt. And I did see an endoscope this morning. The doctor went up my nose and down into my throat, and she showed me the interior of my mouth. And there's more of the same. There's this white blistering on the soft palate up above the opening to the throat. And that was to be expected, and it's going to get worse because we're only halfway there. But I am getting the medication I need to kill the pain so that I can swallow, so I can go ahead and continue to eat and drink and carry on a relatively normal life. Now, I probably should have waited a little bit longer to make this episode, because I did take my painkillers, but my tongue right now hurts quite badly. But I had mentioned that this was going to happen, and I suppose you're wondering, well, how what's it like? What's it look like? Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a blister. It's like it's like you got splattered with hot oil, or laid out in the sun too long. I guess it's just a blister, and it can make, the only real problem with it is it can make swallowing difficult. Usually, if you keep relatively still, or if you talk a lot like I do, that's kind of bad, because I talk for part of my living, But if you keep relatively quiet and don't do a lot of chewing or swallowing, yeah, it doesn't really bother you all that much. It's just when you go to use the muscles that it starts to hurt, and that's when you need the painkiller. So other than that, they've got me on an antibiotic as a precautionary method so that I don't get an infection in any of this. And it looks like everything. They're actually surprised how well I'm doing. That I'm continuing to go to work every day, and my boss also surprised that I'm able to come into work every day, and despite being in radiation treatment, and had a talk with me about that today, so that if things changed, we were ready to. He was ready to make some accommodations to help me out, so I thought that was very nice. And anyway, that is the update on the cancer treatment. We're going to try and get in what I had shown you during the last episode, I think it was, where we actually did the radiation treatment. That is just the face of the machine. That's the part that delivers the radiation. But it ain't the part that creates the radiation. On the other side of that wall behind my head is a huge, huge machine that's a particle accelerator, essentially. And I have been given permission to go back in there and film that machine. So I'm going to do that as a separate episode. I haven't gotten to do it yet. We're trying to find, they're being so nice. I said, when you've got some time where it isn't going to back up your schedule with everybody, I'll slip in, we'll take the footage and get out. So I think I'm going to be able to do that here in the next few days. And so you'll get to see what this particle acceleration machine actually looks like. And I understand it's fascinating. So it's going to be as big a surprise to me as it will be to you folks. So you got that looking forward to. And other than the blistering, I'm not having any other side effects. I don't turn green when I get angry, although I haven't gotten that angry yet, so we don't know about the side effects, but it could happen. So anyway, folks, thanks for joining us here. If you got questions or comments, please leave in the comment section down below. I love hearing from all of you. I just want to stop in and say hi. I love that too. I really do love hearing from all of you in this wonderful community we're building. So just go ahead and drop a comment down below. If you're new here, hey, thanks for joining us. I welcome, and I hope you'll consider clicking subscribe and coming along for the adventure, because we got lots more to show you. And as always, we'll talk to you for one.